Alright guys, good morning. It's the next day. We're in the hostel. So check it out. This is the situation with all of my stuff over here. And yeah, it's still early, so I'll show you guys. But you can still see me, there you go. And yeah, you can hear the birds. And it's early, it's like 6:30. And yeah, we're gonna do some hiking today, so I'm excited. I'm gonna take a shower and then eat my breakfast and get on the road.
What's going on, guys? So I just took a shower and ate a big breakfast, so I'm feeling great. And we're here just waiting in the city. It's called La Rochette. It's a tiny village in Luxembourg where our hostel is, and just look how beautiful it is. So the bus is gonna take us to the head of the hiking trail, and we're just waiting for it. But I came to this church. This is just behind us. It's actually the biggest church in the town. Check it out, it's really big. Yeah, what else is there to say? And actually, it's locked. So it's only open until 9:30, and right now it's 8:50. So by the time we leave, unfortunately, it'll be closed. But it's really cool because even in Europe, in the small villages, you still have massive churches. Like this place doesn't even have a proper grocery store, but it still has a church of quite decent magnitude. So I'm gonna close the door. But yeah, so we're in this tiny place in Luxembourg. Once more, because of the free transportation, you can be literally stranded in the middle of nowhere, but have no worries of getting back to where you want to be. Especially us, we have to be back in the capital this evening to take our train, or else we'll miss it. So yeah. Also, one thing I'll quickly highlight is the beautiful flowering that is all across the city. So look at this. You have all of these beautiful tulips here behind me. Check it out. I'll show you guys there. And this everywhere. And then you also have these workers here who are just sweeping around. So really, they keep the community really clean, and I don't see any garbage whatsoever. So props to the people of Luxembourg for maintaining their places of living clean. Check it out, guys. We're here at the hike, and we're at this very high point, so you can see so much of the villages around us from here, but it's really beautiful. So look at that. Incredible. Check it out, guys. This valley is insane. So we're doing 13 kilometers in total, and we'll just keep on going. Check this out, guys. You have the hellhole behind us, which is 55 meters in depth. We just came out of it, but if I tried to record, it wouldn't be able to see because of the darkness. It's extremely dark, and it goes 55 meters all the way. But it's like a cave inside the rock face, so it's incredible. What's going on, guys? Just finished the hike, or actually finished it like 20 minutes ago, and now we're just waiting here at the bus stop. Sorry I didn't film that much, but you know, I was not trying to have the camera being obtrusive. And yeah, it's kind of beautiful. There's just a stream running beside here, but the buses come every hour, so we're gonna be sitting here for quite a while. But it's good because that way we'll be able to rest and get to our train, which leaves at 6 p.m. tonight. What's going on, guys? So we're at the end of the trip, almost 2 hours until our train leaves, and here we're at the House of Deputies. So basically, I think this is where the federal parliament is, or at least where the deputies come for the legislation process. And you can actually see there where you have those two tiny houses is where the sentry, like the guard, stands normally. And they were there yesterday. I'm not sure, today's Friday, so it's still a working day, but they're not here, unfortunately. And either way, though, this is pretty cool. It says open house from 10 to 6 p.m. So I'm not sure if it's today, but I'm gonna just double check. And if not, that was the Chamber of Deputies. So here we are standing at the Monument of Remembrance of Luxembourg. So you can see it's topped by a golden figure. I'm not sure if it's the Virgin Mary or some kind of classical figure that's reoccurring in history, but she's holding a ring, a wreath. Perhaps that represents peace. And then you have some figures here, and on each side you have inscriptions. Interestingly enough, this was destroyed in 1940 during the Nazi occupation, and then it was rebuilt in 1950 partially, and then I believe in 1980 completely restored, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, every single major city has a monument to those passed away during the Great Wars. Even where I live in Canada, there's a monument to all of those who died during the wars because they were sent overseas, even though the war didn't occur in Canada. And this is the one for Luxembourg, so it's very cool, and it's just along the big valley that runs to the city. All right, guys, so I'm here at this place called the Luxembourg Casino. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but it's actually not a casino at all. It's an art exhibit. It's currently under construction, though. They're switching out the exhibit, so there's nothing to see. But so that's incredibly interesting is what's written on this wall. So Franz Liszt, the well-known pianist, which composed many incredible pieces over the year, did his last performance in this building on the 19th of July, 1886, which is incredible. I had no clue because he's Hungarian, so I was unaware that he had any business in Luxembourg, but this was just, this building happens to be the site of his last recital, as was written on that wall. And I had no idea, and it's cool to know now. All right, so I'm in this very fancy modern museum. It's about modern art, and you can look at the immense architecture that you see around you. The actual art itself is not that interesting, if I'm being honest. Of course, that's only my opinion. But yeah, even here they have a nice pedway, which leads to different rooms. So I'm gonna go in there and see what happens. All right, guys, and we're here in the last exhibit of the museum. And if you look around me, you'll see we have a bunch of these type of paintings with this geometrical pattern, and it's by an artist by the name of Peter Haley in the 1980s and 1990s. But it's supposed to show the geometrization and the quantification of the world during the electronic boom when everything became digital, and they all look the same. So I'm not trying to be offensive, but it doesn't seem that creative to me. So that is all for the museum. You can see again, it's a quite distinct design, and there's even here the main auditorium, which is extremely tall. I'll show you guys shortly. So it's kind of like a pyramid in essence. And yeah, so I'm gonna now head to the National Library, hopefully if I have time, and that'll be my last stop. Here you guys have, to my right, the Philharmonia. So essentially the opera, not the opera house, where the orchestra, the symphony performs, and check how impressive it is. The only other Philharmonia that I've been to in Europe, which has been more impressive, is the one in Hamburg, which is literally built on the water. But this one also has to be incredibly beautiful from the inside. Unfortunately though, when there's no concert, you can't get in. But even from the outside, you can tell how beautiful it must be. Check this out, guys. So the train just stopped here, and it dropped me off right at the National Library. So look at that library. It definitely deserves the name of National Library. It is incredibly impressive. And since there's no trains on the tracks, I'm going to cross them and go inside. I have about 20 minutes to check out the entire library, and I'm starting from the top, so you can see I'm on the balcony here, and I'm gonna make my way down towards the basement consecutively. And there's also this really cool beehive kind of building here. But yeah, I just came outside because I can talk louder, and I'm gonna start going through the floors, and I'll show you what I like. And here you guys go with the inside of the library. I'm at the very top floor, and you can see it goes all the way down there. So incredibly cool, and the entire space is open, which I really like. And here you guys have the music room. Look at the piano in there, and that just makes me think they must have incredible sound isolation here to prevent the piano from being heard by everybody instead. So I'm about to leave the library, guys, but one interesting feature that I wanted to mention are the shopping baskets you see here and everywhere. That's because backpacks are not allowed in the library, but you have free access to lockers, which you see all around here. Actually, this is my locker here, so I'll open it right now. And I'm going to leave, but it was a very good experience at the library. Oh, there you go, it opened. I was worried for a second I wouldn't. And also, I wanted to highlight the fact that I didn't realize that these libraries that are in multilingual countries also have books in all different languages. So here it would be Luxembourgish, Luxembourgeois, I don't know how you say it in English, German and French. So you have that many more books. And that guy just ran straight into me. And what I wanted to say is that means that the library's bigger. So I have a library at home, but it's all in English. So it would be smaller if you had the same type of books without like the translations. But yeah, I'm leaving now. And it was an amazing tour of the library. All right, guys, so every trip that starts at the train station also ends at the train station. So here I'm at the Luxembourg train station. What else? And I'm gonna get to my train, which departs in 10 minutes. So we're on time.